Thank you once again for joining us on our special focus on 2019. Yes, the election will be in 18 days, talking about the presidential election and that of the National Assembly. But one story and one story alone have dominated the political landscape for some days now. And this now the matter will concern the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Of course, my name is Twitwi Ayenowowon. And now talking about the suspension of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onnoghen, reactions in support and some reactions against the decision by President Buhari as advised by the Code of Conduct Tribunal. Some of the opinion that President Buhari, since this administration was sworn in on May 29, 2015, is still yet to obey court rulings. But hastily, this administration was very quick to grant that and even obey the order as advised by the Code of Conduct Tribunal. 67 political parties have kicked against the decision by the president as advised by the CCT. And then again, we have issues that surround the swearing in of the acting CJN, Tanko Mohammed, and even the inauguration of the Election Tribunal panel. A panel that is made up of 250 justices of the Federal Republic. Then again, in another development, a son, senior advocate of Nigeria, Olisa Agbakoba, have submitted a petition against the acting CJN, stating that the acting CJN acted contrary to position he took in a case that has to do with that where a Chief Justice was sworn in 2014 in Abia State. And then SERAP, the socio-economic body, has written to the National Judicial Council to proceed on investigating the allegations against Walter Onnoghen. And this is taking new dimension because we've had reactions from the United Kingdom and that of the United States. But earlier today, our correspondent, Rebecca Irabo, took to the streets of Lagos to talk to Lagosians on what they have to say about this decision taken by President Buhari and what they really understand about the Walter Onnoghen's case. Let's just take a listen. And when we come back, we shall speak with Rebecca Irabo on what she has to say about the reactions from the street. Stay with us.
Good day, viewers. Welcome to Citizen Information Network. My name is Rebecca Irabo. On the 25th of January 2019, the Chief Justice of Nigeria was suspended by the President Muhammadu Buhari, following the order of the Code of Conduct Tribunal. Now, the Senate President Saraki Bukola and also the former President of the Nigerian Bar Association, Olisa, has vehemently disagreed with the move of the President to suspend the Chief Justice of Nigeria. I'm out here on the streets to hear what Nigerians have to say about this. Do join me.
I think as Nigerians, we keep making the same mistake over and over again. Everybody shouting about the suspension now. I wonder where they were when this infraction was actually brought to public domain. An honorable person or somebody occupying such an honorable position of the Chief Justice of Nigeria said he forgot such exorbitant amounts of money. Forgot, like forgetfulness. In the law, ignorance is not an excuse. Ignorance is not a reason why it shouldn't be prosecuted. Now, I wonder which is worse, ignorance that you don't know or that you forgot.
It is very right. Because considering the process of a judiciary council in this country, it always takes time. And aside that, I think the Constitution, according to Section 290 of the Constitution, empower the President to suspend a sitting judge. And I think it's an executive order. So, for the Senate to sit down for the two-thirds majority support or two-thirds majority vote to impeach him, and likewise the Nigeria Judiciary Council as well, it's going to take a long process. And we know that Nigeria Judiciary needs total sanity and sanctity. So for the President taking such an action, I think is right. And that is something. The President is not under pressure to take such action.
The CJN used to be a statutory officer. And by that fact, there are procedures for removing or moving from office. You know, ordinarily, you should not be removed from office by the president just anyhow. So you have to follow the personal way of removing him. But there's a difference between removal and suspension. So he's been suspended so as to give room for investigators to conduct it.
The man has subverted our constitution because you cannot just move from the hands of the executive and go to the judiciary and interfere what in judicial estates. Is it not so? Until the Supreme Court says that the man is, how can I put it, that he was culpable of crime and all those things before they can be able to say he should leave the seat.
Welcome back. You don't hear with your Lagosians here to say about this case. Yeah, yet again, a very controversial issue. But again, before I bring to you a position and we also talk about what Nigerians are saying on Twitter, Rebecca, it was quite interesting that we have a diverse view on the streets of Lagos, but not unexpected though, because this is, if not one of the most controversial issues in recent time. What do you think of the reactions from the street?
So many people have been able to voice their opinions about the move of the president to suspend the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Some expressed their disagreements with that decision, and some actually, they were impressed by the move of the president to actually sanction such corruption by the Chief Justice of Nigeria. So many people said that the president shouldn't have done this at this time, this period of election, owing to the fact that people will sense it as an act of desperation. And others said that he has the right to do whatever he wants to do to the Chief Justice of Nigeria since he has been found guilty. Yeah,
but then again, one thing is quite certain that the case is still before the Code of Conduct Tribunal. And earlier today, the Code of Conduct Tribunal that advised the president to suspend Walter Onnoghen had also come out to say that they were adjourned indefinitely pending a case before the Court of Appeal. Do you really think that the opinions on the street is shaped by that which lawyers and prominent individuals in the political scene have taken? Or is it a case of these individuals on the street are speaking based on their knowledge of the event that has happened so far?
Okay, today, actually, we were able to interview even those that were lawyers, and they were able to give their own opinion. Fine, the federal government and the council and the state committee and all may not favor or consider the opinion of the people on the street, but they are Nigerians also, and I think that their opinion should be heard and acted on.
All right, thank you very much, Rebecca. We shall come back to you, but then again, just quickly now, let's just make this clear that earlier in the day, the Code of Conduct Tribunal, who advised the president to suspend the acting, the Chief Justice not acting, suspended Walter Onnoghen, earlier in the day pronounced that the trial shall be adjourned indefinitely. And then moving away from that, one would just want to wonder, why would the CCT advise the president to suspend and thereafter adjourn indefinitely, citing the position that this case is before Court of Appeal? But then again, there were judgments issued by High Court that there should be stay of proceedings. Well, that cause for concern. Then again, Olisa Agbakoba, senior advocate of Nigeria, said that he has written this petition. Yeah, petitions, not just one, against the acting CJN Tanko Mohammed, saying that it is wrong for the acting CJN Tanko Mohammed to have submitted himself for swearing in by the president when he took a position contrary to what he has done back in 2014 when the Abia state government sworn in a Chief Justice for the state without the acknowledgement from the National Judicial Council. We'll just wait for that to take place and watch as that event will unfold. But then again, 67 political parties don't come together to say they no go agree, they no go agree about the suspension of Walter Onnoghen. And even the PDP. So it can't make people, they ask the question, say, wait, the CJN are the Chief Justice of PDP or Chief Justice of Nigeria? Why PDP really take this matter, put them for their head? Because earlier in the day, even the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party during the campaign rally in Akwa Ibom State, capital Uyo, also stated this, that they would not in any way support the decision taken by the president.